I lost everything in one season: my business, my marriage, my finances, my driver license, my independence. All of it gone while I was lying flat on my hospital bed, paralyzed, trying to relearn how to move my fingers, my hands, my head, my body, my legs, my toes, one at a time. I'm a stroke survivor, and I post real recovery content every week. No edits, no filters, not here. So hit subscribe, hit share with people who might benefit from this content, like this content if it hits you. On March 26, 2022, I had a brain stroke at 38 years old. And within weeks of being admitted to that hospital, I watched everything I had built for 20 years disappear. The business I ran, gone. My driver license suspended because the DMV doesn't hand you a license when you had a brain stroke. What if you get behind the wheel and hurt somebody? Although I understood that, it still hurt. My credit card's gone. My 12-year marriage was gone. All falling apart. While I couldn't even speak to defend myself or say anything about it at all. I went into the hospital with 250 pounds. I came back with 173 pounds 8 months later. I had nothing left. And here's what nobody tells you about losing everything. It is the clearest moment of your life. When everything is stripped away, when there's no business to hide behind, no money to distract you, no routine to keep you numb, to find out exactly who you are. Not who you thought you were. Not who people told you who you are. Who actually who you actually are when nothing is left. I found out I was stronger than I knew. I found out I had been blind for 20 years. Blind to the people around me. Blind to what was real and who wasn't. Blind to what actually mattered. The stroke recovered my blindfold because I didn't just see with my eyes. I literally saw people. There's a saying, you just don't see people with their eyes, with your eyes. You see people with your heart as well. And I start seeing people for who they are. Not what they pretended to be, but who they are. Here's what losing everything taught me about starting over. First, losing everything gives you the blueprint. Most people are terrified of starting from zero because they have never done it. Never. And those who have, they know how. And I admire them, like I mentioned before in my video. Those who have lost everything and relearned how to redo everything from scratch, it is something. Not only do they have the blueprint, they know how, but it takes a special tenacity. And I can tell you that starting from zero is not the end. Don't let anybody tell you it's the end. It's not. Doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. Age is not. Age shouldn't restrict you. And you already lost. It is a clear starting line you will ever stand on. You know exactly what you have, which is nothing if you're starting from scratch, losing everything. And you know exactly what you need to do, which is everything that you lost. There's a strange freedom in that. There is, because when your hands are empty, like your pockets are empty, money's gone, marriage is gone, business is gone. What do you have to hold you? What do you have anything to hold you over? Nothing. There's nothing you can stand on, even though you need to stand on something, right? So the only thing you can stand on is a cane or a wheelchair, or stand by something or lean on something physically. But you don't have the business, the finances, the marriage, the independence. It's all gone. You're trying to get it all back. Secondly, you'll find out who you are under pressure. Believe me, that's amazing. Because when you're up against the wall, I don't care if it's 10 animals, 10 people. You should be flattered if it's 10 people trying to hit you, given circumstances. Because it takes it takes 10 people to take one person down. That's itself should be self-explanatory. Whether it's a fight, conversation, whatever it is, because you're that strong. Not who you perform for others, so others can see you as, until who you present to the world, who you actually are when your back is completely against the wall. You learn to be sincere, you learn to be authentic, and you might start off as emotional, but you learn everything back, like a toddler, like I mentioned, learning how to walk, talk, hit all your milestones, hit your emotional control impulses, how to do stress management, all those things. I found out I was someone who gets up. I didn't know I could like this. And come to think of it, I don't know how many times I've gotten up before, because it's not the first time that I had a near-death experience. So most people might not believe it, or might they're like, yeah. But it's one of those things that you don't trade your experiences that you lived for anybody else. I don't care what they say, because you lived your experience. Do you think the other people can negotiate your experiences, what you lived through? I hope not. Even at 173 pounds, with shaky hands, even with a voice I had to train back from scratch, I got up every single morning. That is who I am. The stroke really showed me that. Thirdly, starting over is not a punishment. Really, it isn't. It might look like it, but it isn't. It's a reset. Everything I lost, I'm rebuilding. On my terms, with my clarity. I never had that before. My business, my independence, my finances, my health, all of it is coming back. Not the same as before. It's like a good example. When the Twin Towers were blown down, whatever it may be, was taken down, the construction that took place to build that building up was pretty strong the first time. What do you think it's going to be like the second time? Because they already know what they need to fix, that they made a mistake on the first time. Better materials, better building, better know-hows from the ground up. No matter how big, how tall, how short, maybe, but it's going to be definitely sturdy. Because now I know what it cost me to lose it. I will not be careless with it again. And you won't. Nobody will. They, unless you want to. That's, I haven't heard anybody say that. I'm not at the finish line. I'm in the middle of the rebuilding. Right now, as you might be. But I can tell you, from standing at the absolute bottom of everything, losing it all was the most honest moment of my life. If you are in a place right now where everything feels like it's gone and you cannot see a way forward, I want you to hear this. You're not at the end. You are at the beginning of finding out who you really are. And I'm learning who I am. Share with someone. Subscribe. Hit like if this content hit you. Who needs to hear it today for personal growth? And drop a comment. What did losing something teach you? I read every single comment. You're not alone. Just keep going.